What are we making?
We're making coffee cake today, and we have sugar and the egg and milk and
Vanilla.
and vanilla and dark sugar. And just so you know, it's packed.
Good. And there's also cinnamon, salt, baking soda, and baking powder. So we have 2 cups of flour. We have also 1 tablespoon of flour that you'll use to coat your baking pan. We have 1 and 2 tablespoons of granulated sugar, 10 tablespoons of unsalted cold butter, 1 teaspoon baking powder, 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda, 3/4 cup buttermilk at room temperature, 1 large egg at room temperature, 2.5 teaspoons of vanilla. We have 2/3 cup packed brown sugar, and we're using dark brown sugar. And we have 2 teaspoons of cinnamon, and you'll want to set your oven to 350 degrees. Now we are going to add our ingredients to our flour. So we put our flour in a big mixing bowl. We're going to add the sugar and the salt and whisk them together. You're going to pour the sugar in?
Yeah.
Good job, thank you. And then the salt. Pour the salt in. Perfect. All right, and then grab this whisk over here and very gently and carefully whisk them together. Slow and steady. And then we have our 10 tablespoons of cold butter right here, and I kind of sliced it up a little bit to make it easier to mix in. So we're going to put that in there. Help me. Oh, there's one stuck in there. You got it? Perfect. All right. And we have this here to help incorporate our butter. If you don't have one of these, you can use a fork. Do you know how to use it?
Is that how you use it?
Yep. Perfect. Just push it down. Yeah.
This?
Yep. This is what, here, let me do it real quick. Or I guess we can do it together. I'll try not to smush your hand. Let me know if I smush your hand. There we go. So we're just gonna keep mixing in the butter until you get a fine crumble and it looks pretty well incorporated. Is your hand okay? Do you want to do your hand on top of my hand? There we go. That's better. So it looks like this. There's just some crumbs in here. It's pretty well incorporated together. Should feel a little bit waxy.
I don't feel it.
You can feel it. Your hands are clean. Feel a little bit waxy. And it needs to be cold still. All right.
It is cold.
All right, let's gonna go ahead and add in the milk, egg, and vanilla. Hold on. And the batter is gonna be really thick, so you'll want to mix it in a mixer.
When can I pour the milk in, Mom?
1 second. I almost forgot. We need crumbs on top, don't we?
Mm-hmm.
And for the crumbs, we need to take 1 cup of this and put it aside in a bowl. So we're going to take 1 cup of our flour mixture, put it in a bowl, and set it aside for later.
When can I pour milk?
1 minute. And we're going to take this and pour it into our mixer here. Mix in the bowl.
I gotta pour it into the mixing bowl?
Yep, once I get the flour in there.
Okay, now can I do it?
Yep. Thank you.
Is that,
Yeah, I made a little bit of a mess. It's okay. Go ahead and crack the egg for me. let's crack it over this cup. That way we make sure we don't get any shells in there. Whew, no shells. We're good. You can dump it in. Perfect. Thank you.
That egg survived.
It survived. It didn't pop yet. I don't know how much longer it'll last, and then we need the vanilla.
Okay, the vanilla. That egg's still surviving. See? It's not even popping.
And we need this, the baking powder and baking soda. All right.
It's still surviving.
Yep, it won't survive long after we get it in here, though.
No, Aunt Mama.
All right, how does it look?
Looks smooth.
Does it? Smooth and fluffy? Would you say it looks fluffy?
Yeah, it looks smooth, fluffy.
Smooth and fluffy? All right. Now it's time to make our crumb mixture. So we have our 1 cup. That stays in this bowl, baby. This is our batter in here. And then this bowl we're going to make our crumb mixture, and they stay separate. All right? So we have our 1 cup of the flour mixture with the butter that we set aside earlier. And then we have our 3/4 cup of packed brown sugar and 2 teaspoons of cinnamon. We're going to dump it in there. And then we're going to mix it up, and we'll go ahead and use the thing from earlier. This bowl's a little bit more full, so be careful, please. Here, let me do the bottom, and then you do the top again. That worked well. There we go. So we're just going to mix it until they're well blended. And then we're going to grab our springform pan. If you don't have a springform pan, and ours is a 9-inch springform pan, you can substitute a 9x9 square pan instead. All right, we have our springform pan, and we just greased it and then coated it with that tablespoon of flour. And we're going to put in our batter now. And there's our completed crumbs that we'll put on top. Pour in. Now, make sure it's all even. We aren't going to dump all of it in. We're going to save a little bit because we're going to make you your own little tiny one.
Yay!
Your own personal cake. It should be pretty exciting. All right, so let's dump in a good amount of the crumbs. Make sure they're even over the top.
I know how to bake a coffee cake.
How do I know how to bake a coffee cake? I mean, you can learn anything on the internet. Right? Don't push down too hard. You want to gently push down the crumbs into the cake. And then we'll bake it at 350 for 50 to 55 minutes. Are you ready to see what it looks like when it's done? Are you excited? Me too. I bet it's tasty.
Tastes good! Our coffee cakes are done. So now we're gonna make me try this piece of the cake.
You're gonna make you try it? Did I really have to twist your arm to try it? Are you excited to try it?
I'm excited to try it.
All right, let's test it out. What is that face? What do you think? The suspense is killing me. What do you think? Do you think you need some milk?
You added too much butter to it. Well,
Do you still like it, even though it's buttery? You must like it. You put another bite in your mouth.
I don't like the top of cinnamon, but I have fingers for it, but I'll still eat my little one.
Oh, you'll still eat it? So it must not be terrible then, huh?
And I'll try it with milk.
Okay. Well, he's not the biggest fan, but I thought it tasted delicious. It's buttery, it's smooth, it has a nice cinnamon crumble on top, and it'll go perfect with a cup of coffee or, in his case, a glass of milk. And the large cake that we did in our springform pan took about 50 minutes. And then we did a small one for him. We reserved about 3/4 cup of batter and a 1/4 cup of crumb topping, and put that in a 4-inch baking cake pan, 4-inch cake pan. And his took 17 minutes. If you wanted to make them all small 4-inch cakes like this, I would have to guess that it'd probably make about 6 of them, 6 to 8. So, I mean, that's up to you. Experiment and have fun and enjoy. You want to say bye?
Bye,
Bye.
everybody.
See you next time.
See you next time on our next video about bacon.